Hey gang, it's JC and this is your Daily Dose for Friday, July 16th, 2010, a cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. You have Dave Murray's unfortunate weather forecast down in the corner. You can subscribe to the audio of the Daily Dose on iTunes. Daily Dose became the Daily, never mind, down there, archives at the top of the page. Yesterday was July 15th, and I guess technically that makes it the halfway point in the summer. I tell you, I promise myself every year that I am going to extract every ounce of what St. Louis summers bring, and I love the heat, and I love the humidity. I love it when it's 100 degrees. I love the fact that I was out here swimming at midnight last night, didn't even have a chill. That is fantastic stuff. All right, you want an uncomfortable reminder that we're all getting old? Yesterday I was watching TV and Henry Winkler popped up doing reverse mortgage commercials. The Fonz! Like I needed that. Bristol and Levi are getting married. Sarah apparently not happy about it. You've heard of shotgun weddings? Well, Sarah's going to show up, but the shotgun is going to be used to stop the wedding this time. Mel Gibson. Sounds like the only thing that got blown in that relationship was his savings. Before all of this audio leaked out, this is a true story, I couldn't make this up. He's in a movie directed by Jodie Foster. The movie is called The Beaver. Now listen to the premise of this movie. It's a guy who walks around with a beaver puppet on his hand and insists that it's real. And everybody around him has to sort of deal with the fact that he thinks he's got a live beaver on his hand. They were doing reshoots this week, and Mel had to show up, and they said on the set, things were awkward. All right, the power went out at Washington's Ronald Reagan National Airport yesterday. I guess they forgot to pay the bill. After all, it was Ronald Reagan National Airport. The Anne Frank House Museum is releasing a new version of her biography in an attempt to attract younger readers. In the new version, Anne Frank hides out in an attic along with some vampires. The average American woman changes her hairstyle 100 times over the course of a lifetime. Undergoes 3 color changes. 1 in 3 women change their hair when they go through a breakup, and the rest of it do it just because they're bored. A new British survey came out, and they listed the top fashion mistakes that men make. And in Great Britain, they're listed like this. Trying to dress too young for their age, wearing white socks with dress shoes. There's Jerry Lewis over there or something? Wearing socks with sandals. You still see that down at the Arch on the 4th of July. And high-waisted pants, number 1, Hawaiian shirts. Now that's the stuff that the British women didn't like. So now the American study has come out, and it goes like this. Number 10, and these are the worst fashion mistakes that men can make. Number 10, clothing too big or that doesn't fit right. When I got my big fat stomach, I started wearing a lot bigger shirts. Apparently I'm not fooling anybody. Number 9, baseball hats. Number 8, bling. Yeah, a guy who wears too much jewelry just makes me very uncomfortable. Number 7, wife beaters. Number 6, skinny jeans. Number 5, fanny packs. Number 4, Speedos. Unless, of course, you're built like, JFK Jr. was, and you can sort of get along with it, get around, get away with it. I knew I had it. It's Friday, isn't it? Number 3, saggy jeans. So now they don't like tight jeans, but they also don't like saggy jeans either. Can't win. Number 2, socks with sandals. There it is again. And number 1, and I was surprised by this, number 1, Ed Hardy shirts. Now, these are these shirts that John Gosling wears, and they are ugly, but I will tell you that 10 years ago this survey came out, and the number 1 answer, I still remember it, because I had to wear a lot of dress shirts back then because I was doing a lot of TV, and the number 1 answer that women gave in terms of fashion mistakes that men make were wearing white dress shirts with no undershirt underneath. And I didn't even know that that bothered women, and I started wearing undershirts all the time. All right, we have some random notes for you here today. Over in Russia, the temperature has been above 98 degrees for 3 weeks in a row. And apparently Russians are trying to cool down by jumping into lakes. There's only one problem. The Russians are usually drunk, and they're not very good swimmers. So you have an entire country drunk, hot, and bad at swimming. That's just a bad way to go through life. All right. You don't get this sort of stuff just anywhere. Now it's time to share 4 random things about Jennifer Love Hewitt that you probably didn't know. Number 1, she watches 2 episodes of Friends every night before she goes to bed. Number 2, she's afraid of big birds. Number 3, when she was little, her dream was to grow up and be a cashier at a grocery store. And number 4, she didn't get her driver's license until she was 20 and didn't learn to ride a bike until she was 29. I have added the 5th thing on the list here, little random facts about Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's fascinating. All right, here we are, the 6 biggest sex mistakes that women make. I think I improperly billed this yesterday as the 6 biggest mistakes women make, but no, it's sex mistakes, and here it is. This is according to WebMD. Oh, so this has got some medical oomph to it. All right, so here we go. The 6 biggest sex mistakes women make. Number 1, worrying about how they look. You know, once we've gotten you guys in bed and you're naked or half naked, it's a little too late to be worrying about how you look. We don't really care at that point. You guys are obsessing over it. You look fine. Number 2, not initiating sex. Amen. Alleluia, Mother of God. Will you women please initiate sex a little bit more often? You know, if either person is always the one having to initiate sex, well, the guy, or if you have an imbalance in your relationship and it's the woman, either way, you start to wonder why. Number 3, assuming sex is casual for men. Women always just assume, I just want to get in my pants and then move on. And 50% of the men surveyed say, no, I'm having sex with this girl, and I'm sort of hoping that it leads to something. All right? Number 4, assuming men are always in the mood. Hey, sometimes you say you're tired, sometimes we're tired too. Not often, though. Number 5, not telling them what you want. Well, you know, women are too polite because they're either embarrassed or they're afraid they're going to hurt the guy's feelings or something's going to go wrong. But men want to be good in bed, so they're usually willing to do whatever it takes. And number 6, getting upset when he suggests something new. All right, so he says, hey, why don't we try this? And you're like, ew, you're disgusting. And if I would have known that about you before we got married, I wouldn't have married you. But see, if you act shocked or disgusted, well, he's going to get self-conscious, and he might not suggest something else, and maybe that's something that you like. So you got to be careful. That's really the message here today. Be careful. You got to be careful. All right, JC's Wayback Machine today. On all of our weekly features, we update every Monday morning, so we're going to have new stuff for you on Monday. And then this other stuff, the Wayback Machine, the Video Village and stuff, goes into the archive starting on Monday. So you still have a chance to look at the old KZK TV commercial from back in the late 1990s. We think it might be the first attempt at depicting a soccer mom. We're not sure. Also, JC's Video Village with the All-Star Game having been played this week. We go back to 1997. I'll bet you didn't know that the St. Louis Cardinals have been depicted in films as often as they have. And we did a piece on Channel 4 back in 1997 showing how everything from The Slugger's Wife with Al Roboski, and I try never to miss an Al Roboski movie, by the way. And also It Happens Every Spring, probably my all-time favorite baseball movie. Not necessarily the news is Albert and his bladder. You'll just have to look at it. All right, JC's Eye Candy today. Will Ferrell is turning 43, and he and his buddies started this thing a while back called Funny or Die. It's a website, and they do videos, and they had some stuff on HBO too. So they get Jewel, the singer Jewel, and they put hair and makeup on her to completely obliterate her look so that people can't tell it's her. And then she goes into a karaoke bar and starts singing her own songs. This is really cool. It's much more entertaining than I thought it was going to be when I saw the little description. So check that out today, JC's Eye Candy today. All right, next week, as we said, we have new features for you, and we'll give you the 10 most annoying things that we deal with on a daily basis. And by the way, the list is different from men to women. Huh, what a surprise. That's it, your Daily Dose for Friday, July 16th, 2010, a cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay cool. We'll talk to you on Monday. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.